Hello, beautiful people. I wanted to share some words with you today. I know that when we are in the midst of trying to find ourselves, trying to find our purpose, our soul's mission, we're trying to discover what is behind the identity that we have carried, or the identity after that one, or the identity after that one. You know, this life is a continuous transformative process, climbing higher and higher and higher in consciousness. And that simultaneously means letting go of parts of our personality that no longer serves. And that can be a grieving process to some of us. And I know that on this journey, there are definitely voices within us, protective voices, that sometimes are cloaked as inner criticism and self-judgment. And even though their intention more often than not is to protect us, even though again it may not feel that way, it can become really difficult to bump up against these voices and knowing in our heart that we really want to do something, but when we hear the words, the inner words and the inner chatter trying to convince us that we're not beautiful enough or we're not smart enough, you can't do that, who do you think you are, go back, how dare you, you're nothing, you shouldn't do that for yourself, what about everyone else, have you thought about your family, what if you make a mistake, what if you fail, imagine the shame, imagine the guilt, imagine the pain, imagine the embarrassment and the humiliation that you would have to go through if you take a step towards what you think is your heart's voice, your intuition, and then it turns out that it was the worst mistake you could have done in your life, and everyone's gonna laugh at you. All right? I think we can all associate and relate to one degree or another these voices that exist within us. Everyone's got them. And that's really important to bring up because a lot of us, I feel, we believe it to be such an individual experience because, of course, these voices can sometimes cause us to isolate. And so we don't share them with other people because we feel shame and we think that we are faulty in some way, when in reality these thoughts are shared with every single human, even presidents and politicians and kings and queens and princesses and celebrities and everyone, because it's a human condition. So everyone that is a human has the same mental radio station like everyone else. It's just that some people have learned how to not trust those voices. Some people have learned how to move past them. Some people are driven, like they are whipped into shape by those voices. So some people will use those voices as motivation to move forward, whereas other people would just be absolutely paralyzed and just withdraw and fall into depression because of those voices. So just because we see different degrees of evolution and achievement and success does not mean that not everyone has the experience of those inner judgmental and critical voices, right? Like we all have the experience of them. It's just what we do with them that makes the difference. And this is what I wanted to give you today. I wanted to gift you with some affirmations and some words that when I was dealing with these thoughts myself, which I have been doing for many times and also many years. When I was a teenager, I struggled with my body image. I was bulimic. I had eating disorders. I had panic attacks. I constantly shamed and hated on myself. And so I know those inner voices very, very, very intimately. And one thing that I realized was that I had not been modeled, so self-compassionate statements of kindness and warmth and love had not been modeled to me. I didn't know what to say other than you're ugly, you're fat, you're never gonna get, you're not worth anything, no one's gonna love you. Like I didn't have I didn't believe that I had a choice to listen to any other channel than that channel. And so when I realized that I had a choice, that I could choose the thoughts that I was listening to, maybe I didn't believe them at first, but they sure as all F's felt better to listen to than the self-resentment and the self-hatred, self-loathing even. Which again, it's like when we have those voices inside, that's a cry for help. We need support and we need love. Humans are social creatures that crave connection, and when we have those feelings, what we really need is to connect with someone that can love us and accept us and just hold us and help us out of that in the most gentle, loving way possible. Right? Not by minimizing it, not by invalidating it, but actually doing the opposite of like, hey, I can see you're suffering, like, let's find a way out of here. We'll do it together. I'm with you. But another thing apart from that is just to learn how to think different thoughts. And so I've come across some self-compassionate statements that I really wanted to share with you today. And I hope that they will be helpful to you. And if you want to share it with other people, you're more than welcome to do that as well. You can use these statements when you feel that inner critic, the inner judge coming on really strong, but you really want to do something and you just don't feel good enough, or you don't feel like there's a lot of self-worth going around in your body, and you just want to hear someone remind you of the truth, which is, of course, that you are a divine being. And it's not that you are worthy, you are worth. The fact that you are listening to this, you're hearing this, you're incarnated in a body means that you are a divine miracle. And I know that there are thoughts in your head that is trying to invalidate that statement, and that's okay. But that's my firm belief. My firm belief is that you're a divine miracle, your creation, you are God's gift. That does not mean that you're special. Okay, we don't want to get our ego inflated and think that, oh, I'm God's gift and everyone else isn't. Like, everyone's God's gift, even Donald Trump, right? Like, we're all equal in how miraculous and beautiful and divine we are. Doesn't mean that our actions are always okay. Just wanted to clarify that. But the truth is that you are a divine being. You are sacred. Your body is sacred. Your thoughts are informative of your deeper inner state, your deeper vibration. Where are your level of consciousness? Your thoughts are informing you of where your inner core frequency is and how it is manifested throughout your body, in your feelings, in your emotions, in your behaviors, in your patterns, in your relationships, in your career. Right? The outside world is a reflection of what's happening on the inside. So if your world is full of suffering, if that's what you see, then guess what? That's a reflection of your own suffering. And there's no shame in that. There's no guilt tripping in that. It just is what it is. Okay? And we can look at it through the lens of more shame and more suffering, or we can look at it through the lens of, now that I see it, I have the power to actually make a difference. I have the power to change the channel. I am in power. I can make a difference. I am worthy of choosing a life that makes me feel good. Doesn't mean always feel joyful, doesn't mean always feel happy. That's not realistic. But it means I feel good about the choices I make because they're aligned with what my heart wants for me. They're aligned with what my soul wants for me. I feel good because I'm following my soul's mission. It doesn't mean that it's always comfortable. It doesn't mean that it isn't challenging as all fuck. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to get hurt. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to have to burn in the flames of transformation over and over and over and over again until I'm completely purified, which is a state of being that you can reach and that you can be in. Absolutely. The possibility is endless. The possibility is there. But it means that when I follow my heart, when I follow my soul, I come alive and I feel connected and I feel beautiful inside and out, because it's a state of deeply knowing myself, of deeply knowing who I truly am. And I say yes to that. I want to say yes to that. So these are the words I want to tell you that you can listen to over and over again when you feel like it. Just remember them in your heart. My love, you are doing the best you can. I can see your efforts. I can see the hardships that you've gone through. And I can see how powerful and strong you are. That you can come through any challenge. You can withstand any storm. You may break, but you shall rise again. I want you to remember that no matter what happens to you, or no matter what happened to you in the past, you are worthy of love. You are worthy of care. You are worthy of respect. You are worthy of your own compassion. And you are worthy of being seen, heard, and understood for where you are right now. And it doesn't matter where that place is. You are worthy of being heard, seen, and understood for where you are right now. All your feelings matter. All your feelings are trying to tell you something. Your feelings are the reflection of the aliveness that you are. I encourage you to embrace them, not run away from them. Embrace them with gentleness, with friendliness, with kindness, and compassion. Have the intention always to seek understanding, not judgment. Your dreams, your aspirations, your soul's vision hold immense value. Ultimately, it's up to you if you choose to pursue your highest vision, or if you let it slip away. But I know that you can. I know that you can pursue it, and I encourage you to embrace your soul's longing with passion, fierceness, strength, and courage. I know you've got it in you. And remember that it's okay to make mistakes. Every mistake is an opportunity for growth and learning. And I know that people say that all the time, but I want you to really believe in it, really see it. If you look back at evolution, and when something has gone wrong, when someone made a mistake, someone ate a mushroom that they weren't supposed to, we learned something. And it is sad when grief happens. It is sad when we lose ourselves, or when we feel disappointment or rejected, and we feel abandoned, and it's sad. And we all carry that sadness from some point of our bloodlines and their experiences, like our ancestors. But it's okay to have that feeling. Stay with yourself if that feeling would occur. Because as long as you stay with yourself, you're always safe. As long as you stay with your own love, you're always safe. Your worthiness is not dependent ever on the validation of external sources. Not anyone can take your worth away from you. You are God's child. You are a seed of light, of love, of divine miracle and creation. You are worthy exactly as you are. You are a manifested star on this planet. Never forget this. By you just being you, by you just existing, not even doing anything, you are so worthy of divine creators, celebration, glory, beauty. You don't have to do anything to deserve that. You already are that. All you gotta do is remove the parts of yourself. Let them go. Let them go, because they're all lies. The parts of you that are telling you otherwise. Just wave them goodbye and allow the knowing of your divine nature, of your divine purity to come alive. And your intuition is so powerful. Please trust it and listen deeply to the wisdom that resides within your body, your womb, your heart, and your deep mind. You have all the information, all the secrets, all the memories within you. Within you there is a guide that remembers your past lives, everything that's happened in this life and in all your future lives. It is connected to the divine creator. It's a wise woman, a wise man that always wants what's best for you. Your intuition is the voice of that inner wise woman or wise man. So listen to it. I want you to remember what a remarkable individual you are, that you have a unique life story that belongs to no one else but to you. No one in this universe could take your place. You are worthy and you are valued as a unique part of the tapestry that the universe resides through and within. Honor your becoming and know that you are a beautiful flower growing, stretching towards the divine sun. And it takes time. And it's beautiful. When it takes time, you can slow down the process and enjoy the process. If everything happens so fast, it wouldn't be an experience to take the light in. So just remember that, my love. Remember that you are a beautiful rose opening slowly to the divine sun. And in the process, know yourself. Get to know yourself. And know that you are always guided, always guarded and protected by the angels of the highest realms and by the guardians of this earth that have your best interest at heart. I wish you many blessings. I wish you an abundant life. And I wish that in this lifetime, in this incarnation, that you will know how incredibly strong, powerful, and beautiful and divine you truly are.